guys. Micah was in Sig Alpha and lived in the house. I usually tried not to stay the night at any of the Greek houses because I hated waking up in them. The next morning, the magic of the party wore off, and all you were left with was beer cans, vomit, and a guy asleep in the bathtub. For some reason, there was always a guy asleep in the bathtub. I could never understand how they got themselves there. This morning was definitely a sign that I should never stay the night again. I had no idea where my clothes were, and it seemed as though all of Micah's clothes were disgustingly dirty in piles on his floor. I sent Quinn a text to see if she had any idea where my clothes were, and she told me to check down by the pool. So apparently, I was in the pool last night. I guess that would explain why I was only wearing a bra and panties. It was actually Quinn's bra and my panties. I'm guessing we thought it would be a brilliant idea to switch last night. Not so brilliant now, seeing as Quinn is 2 cup sizes smaller, and I was having a hard time keeping it all in. I grabbed my phone and my purse. Thankfully, I'd had enough insight to bring them upstairs with me last night, and quietly walked toward the door. Before I could reach the doorknob, I stepped on a beer bottle cap and yelped. Micah sat straight up in a huff from under the covers. "What? Are you okay, Em?" He asked me in a voice that was scratchy and deep from sleep and too much whiskey. His eyes were squinting at the brightness of the morning. He was attractive, with a smooth, broad chest and bright golden brown eyes. He was fun last night, but sadly, it was night number 3 with him. Crap. Sorry, Micah. I didn't mean to wake you. I just stepped on a bottle cap and cut my foot, I said, bouncing on one foot while holding up the other. Go back to sleep. I'm just heading out. He laughed a little bit under his breath and eyed me up and down. You're going to leave the frat house with no clothes on. You're practically falling out of Q's bra. He got up, walked over to me, and knelt down to examine the bottom of my foot. I think you'll be okay. It's not even bleeding. He gave the bottom of my foot a quick kiss, and then started rubbing his hands up my legs leisurely. Before he could skim higher up my thigh, I stepped back. Micah, I have to get to class, I warned him as he scooted forward toward me. Please don't follow that stupid 3 times only rule you have. We're good together, Em. You don't even have to be my girlfriend. Just come back over tonight and I'll remind you what we do so well, he said, still kneeling on the ground and looking up at me with his fingers wrapped around my waist. Micah, I don't break my rules. I made them for a reason, I said in a barely audible whisper. As good as it would have been to come back to Micah, I did not intend to get serious with him. And that's where it would lead. It always does. It's the gradual way of humans. We become comfortable with one another, and then we're married, and someone's cheating on the other one. I was purely trying to prevent this from ever happening. He gave my waist a small squeeze, nodded his head in defeat, and slowly stood up to look down at me. Well, it was fun, and you're welcome back in my bed anytime, babe. Please take one of my shirts before you leave, though. The walk of shame is one thing, but the walk of shame in that, Micah, your shirts are disgusting. I can't even walk out of here with one of those on without getting nauseated from this hangover. I'll be fine. Besides, Quinn thinks my clothes are out by the pool anyway. I'll just run down there and put them on. You know none of those guys are anywhere close to waking up anytime soon. See ya. Micah shrugged, not even attempting to defend his gross pile of clothes, and was already pulling the covers back over his head in bed, grunting out a goodbye. Must be nice not to have classes until later in the day. I snuck down the creaky old stairs as quietly as I could, but this house was really old and had more groans than a 90-year-old man. Besides, my one-legged hobble wasn't helping with my stealthy escape either, since my foot was still throbbing. Thankfully, no one woke up to see me streaking through the house. When I made it out back, I decided I was going to have to murder someone that day. I just